GB's here of Into the Square Circle podcast. Welcome to a special YouTube edition of Into the Square Circle podcast right here on YouTube. Since I got your attention, hit the subscribe. You're ready here? So do me a favor, hit me a subscribe right now and hit the like and get the bell button so you never miss a video each and every time I upload. Of course, follow me on my social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, right here on YouTube and Instagram. All you have to do is search up Into the Square Circle Podcast or Into the Square Circle Pod. So, what are we going to talk about on this episode? Very simple. It's going to be a fun one. If you keep tabs on my prediction video / podcast in the past, what I do is highlight the upcoming pay-per-views or premium live events. So, for example, in this video, I'll be talking about WWE Night of Champions and AEW Double or Nothing. This is going to be fun. I'm going to break down the card and give you my guess, my prediction, and the reasoning behind it on these matches and card. So this is going to be fun. This is the first time where we got back-to-back WWE and AEW predictions all in one video and all in one podcast. It's going to be a good time. I can't wait. And I need you to be involved. The viewers on YouTube. Yes, I need you to be involved. Drop it in the comments section and let me know what you guys think. Which show will you guys be watching? And which matches are you guys looking forward to? It's going to be a good time. Can't wait to talk about this. So I'm going to shut up. Let's get on to the prediction video right now. All right, let's talk about the predictions on WWE Night of Champions and AEW Double or Nothing. Let's break down the cards. Let's break down the matches. And let's see if my predictions are right or maybe they're wrong. We'll have to wait and see. But if you're watching on YouTube right now, Into the Square Circle Podcast on YouTube, also available on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. All you have to do is search up Into the Square Circle Podcast. By the way, the podcast is available in all major podcasting outlets. Yeah, if you're a new listener or if you're watching on YouTube and you want to be a part of the community on podcasting, so wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, all you have to do is search up Into the Squared Circle Podcast. Okay, let's talk about WWE Night of Champions. Let's start with that first, shall we? So, all right, where is Night of Champions heading to? That is very simple. Night of Champions heading to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. At the Jeddah Superdome this coming Saturday, May the 27th. Apparently, here in the notes here, folks, this will be the first Night of Champions held since the 2015 event. So since 2015, that was the last time we had Night of Champions. How about that? So here it is right here, folks. 7 matches. That's right, folks. 7 matches total on the card. I guess we could start from the bottom and work our way to the top. Huh? All right, let's talk about it. WWE Night of Champions this coming Saturday, May the 27th, live from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. As I mentioned, you can watch it on the Peacock Network. Premium live event. Let's talk about the first match. The women's match. Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus in a singles women's match. So let's start with that first. Who's going to walk out victorious? Well, it's going to be an interesting one here, folks. Will Becky Lynch get her redemption? Will she get her revenge on Trish Stratus, who turned her back on a few weeks ago? So, it's going to be an interesting one. Again, going right off the bat, I'm going to root for Becky. Why? I think this is a great moment for Becky to go over Trish. Nothing against her. Trish, she is a veteran elite status in the women's division. She made her mark already. But now it's time for Becky to leave her mark in the women's division. And I think she can overcome Trish. And hopefully Becky can go on to something bigger and better in the near future. Maybe another world championship spot in the near future. So I'm going to pick Becky Lynch to go over Trish Stratus. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Trish will beat Becky Lynch. Again, let me know what you guys think if you're watching on YouTube. Drop it in the comment section if you're listening on the podcast. Into the Square Circle Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Send me a DM. Let me know what you guys think about this match. Becky Lynch versus Trish. So again, Becky Lynch should be my pick. Okay. So I didn't realize there's 3 women's matches on Night of Champions. Interesting. So let's move on to the next one. This is for the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. So right off the bat, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Right off the bat, I'm picking Rhea Ripley. She will retain. Now, will they give this match a Selena Vega versus Rhea from Backlash? Will they give Natalya this awesome women's match, but give the victory to Rhea? Because if you watch Selena's match at Backlash, it was a great match. It was a great women's match. But of course, Selena fell short. And Rhea Ripley, was it Rhea Ripley, Selena, or was it Bianca versus Selena? I can't remember, but I have a feeling it's going to be in this vein style women's match. Natalya, she's impressive. She has great physiques. She can kick some ass, serious ass in a women's match. And I guarantee you she will kick my ass if I squared off with her in the ring. So I figure we're going to have a great women's match here. But, and I'm going to ask you guys, the viewers and listeners, do you see Natalya as a future WWE SmackDown Women's Champion? Can you imagine that in your mind right now? Just close your eyes and think. Can you see it on the posters side of the arena? Can you see it in the posters or on t-shirts or on graphic designs on the WWE.com website of Natalya holding the champion? She could be a potential championship material, but I don't see her as a champion with the next couple of months. Again, that's just my personal opinion. But I could see Rhea Ripley retaining and maybe have a crossover with Bianca in the near future. That is a future contender match between both champions. Maybe they'll switch off titles. Because you have Rhea on Raw with the SmackDown champion, and you got Bianca on SmackDown with the Raw champion. So at some point, those respective titles will be going to a respective brand. Because not like these brands are splitting up the roster here. But I'm going to go for Rhea Ripley just because I just don't see Natalya as the champion. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe Triple H or Vince behind creative will push her to the moon. I don't know. But I see as Rhea walking out as the champion, still retaining. All right, let's move on to the next match. And this next women's match, it's going to be tough to say. So the Raw Women's Championship match, Bianca Belair versus Asuka. This is going to be an interesting one here, folks. Now, will Bianca retain? Now, is Asuka championship material? Yes. Is she ready? I can't say yes, but I can't say no. So, can Asuka be a champion? There's a pretty good chance she could defeat Bianca Belair at Night of Champions. There's a pretty good chance. And if she does, that's going to be the biggest win of Asuka's career. So, to answer this question, who's going to walk out as the winner, it's going to be tough to say. It's going to be 50-50. And again, I want to go for the underdog, and I want to go for Asuka. I want her to see as the champion with pyro going off and her, raising the women's title in the air. There's a pretty good chance she might get it. But do we see Bianca as a champion for a long term? Maybe drop it at SummerSlam. Maybe. And maybe if they hold it off. Maybe if they hold it off to November for Survivor Series. We don't know. But this is going to be a tough one. I want to pick Asuka, but I'm going to run for the money. Again, choose my heart or choose my gut. I'm going to go for Bianca. It's probably going to bite me in the ass if Asuka wins, but I'm going to go for Bianca. She thinks she might retain. So that's my pick. I'll tell you this. It's going to be a hell of a women's match. So when this show's done, Night of Champions, of course, go back to this video later on, because remember, I said this match will probably be one of the best women's matches on the show. Hands down. All right, let's press on forward to the WWE Intercontinental Champion, the current champion, Gunther. He will face off Mustafa Ali. So if you watch my video a week or so ago, or the podcast, I praised Mustafa Ali, that now here he is making to the big times, going for the title. They're finally giving him this push. No more undercard, underneath talent. Pushed to the side. Chicago's very own Mustafa Ali is moving on to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia to face probably, most likely his toughest opponent yet, Gunther, for the IC title. Now, the question is, will Mustafa have the biggest moment of his career in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? And will he defeat Gunther for the IC champion? That's a long shot. This is risky. That is a very, very risky. But do you see Mustafa as an IC champion? Again, for Mustafa being a Chicago native, wrestling in the independent scenes in the Chicagoland area, I want to root for him. Key, live in Chicagoland area here. So, I want Mustafa to win. But I don't see him as a champion. And facing a monster like Gunther, who has a bigger advantage, who is strong, who's smart, and Gunther is probably one of the most impressive young guys in the pro wrestling industry today. And I think with all that experience, by the way, he faced Sheamus and who else? Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania and defeated both men. You think he's going to lose to Mustafa Ali at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? Okay, think about that. So I'm going to go for Gunther. Just because of that. And he's going to retain the title. He needs a challenger. And there's going to be somebody who's going to be similar to his weight class or larger to defeat him. And that's if Drew McIntyre or Sheamus, maybe he'll have a future date with Gunther in the near future. But as of right now, he needs a challenge. A challenger, a better challenger, a good competition. But I don't think Mustafa is the right person to drop the title. So I'm going to go for Gunther to retain the IC champion. All right, now the good stuff, the actual main of the meal here, folks. So let's talk about the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions, the current undisputed champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline, which comprise of Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. So, what is it here, folks? Who will you guys pick between both teams? Now, will the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa finish off this story and get rid of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and become not only the Universal Champion, but the Universal Tag Team Champions. Do you see Roman Reigns being a quadruple champion around his waist? Do you see this happening? Maybe. Do you see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn ending their championship reigns at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? It's going to be an interesting story here, folks. This could go either way. WWE could swerve. They could swerve this creative direction and give the titles to the Bloodline. Maybe. Or, hear me out here, will the Usos, again, we're starting to see a little crack between the Bloodline. Will the Usos get involved? Could they play a role in this match? And will Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn retain the Undisputed Tag titles? That's another route. This direction this match could go. And the way the Usos been treated the past couple weeks or so from Roman Reigns, I think the Usos might be involved in some way to form. Now, the real question is, will KO and Sami Zayn retain? And this is a difficult one to predict. Knowing WWE, who knows how the storyline will go? Which direction? If it's going left, it's going straight, it's going right. We don't know. But I'm going risky. I'm going balls out here. But I'm going to go for Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So that's keeping my pick. I don't have a strong reasoning behind it because it's going to be a good match. It's going to be storytelling in this match. With Roman's power and Solo Sikoa, who's, again, I enjoy Solo. He's his facial expression, the way he's been acting each and every week. I don't know, man. There's going to be some kind of, what's the right word for it? There's going to be something between both men. Between Solo and Roman, there's going to be something right in the middle where they're going to be disagreeing on some stuff. Because Solo's, he's been stepping up. He's been stepping up lately the past couple of weeks. And look, Roman's the tribal chief. So can you step up with the tribal chief? Maybe there'll be a little bit of disconnection between both of them. We don't know, but I'm going to go for KO and Sami Zayn. All right, let's move on to the singles match here. Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. So if you watch or listen to my Monday Night Raw review this past Monday, or Tuesday, whatever day I released it, I talked about the ending of Monday Night Raw and how it ended. And it got my brain thinking. It got the gears moving in my mind. The question is here, folks, and if you watch Raw, you saw Cody sitting backstage in his locker room with Triple H. Triple H has been pushing Cody to call off this match due to alleged broken arm. Allegedly. Triple H was like, no, Cody, you're not going to Saudi Arabia. Let's call off this match. I care about your health. Cody's like, I don't care. I'm still doing it. I'll fight Brock with one arm. Triple H was like, okay, you had a torn pec at Hell in a Cell last year of 2022 against Seth Rollins and the Hell in a Cell. That was a different situation. You have Brock Lesnar. This is a whole different ball game. You have a broken arm, which is a lot more different than the torn pec. Don't go over there. Cody's like, I don't care. I'm not listening. I'm going over there with a broken arm. I'll fight Brock with one hand. And Triple H sat there, smirked, pat him on the back, and walked away. With Cody Rhodes looking up, like, okay, I think I got him in the palm of my hands. But after that ending, do you see Triple H playing a role in this match? Cody Rhodes with an alleged broken arm, fighting with one hand, versus the Beast Incarnate with no broken bones and full-on 100% octane ready to kick some ass. You know you want to hand it to Brock. Hands down. I know it. Cody's not going to get lucky. But do you see Triple H? Do you see Triple Paul Levesque getting involved in this match? Do you see him getting involved? Question is, will he help him? He's going to help him. And again, I talked about it on my review on Raw. And I'm going to stick with it because it makes sense. I see Triple H helping Cody, but he's going to kind of swerve it in a sense where, okay, hear me out on this. Maybe Triple H will low blow Cody or hit him with a chair or something, shock the fans. Brock gives Cody a couple F5s, couple suplex cities, end the match. So when it comes to Monday Night Raw, all eyes, all ratings are onto Monday Night Raw. Makes you want to tune in. What does Triple H has to say? Why did he did the actions at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia against Cody Rhodes? Why? Well, very simple. I'm trying to protect and save Cody Rhodes' career. I told him not to go over there. He's too stubborn. He wants to fight with one arm against Brock Lesnar. Career suicide. Triple H is trying to protect Cody Rhodes. That's why he looked at him on Monday Night Raw stating, Cody, don't go over there. Don't do it. Call it off. Cody's too stubborn. Cody wants to be the superhero and defeat Brock on his own again for the second time. And Triple H is going to do what he's going to do best for business and shut down Cody himself. Shock the fans. I think that's going to be the outcome. I think Cody's not going to get this one, and it could lead to something else down the road. I have a feeling there's going to be a swerve this Saturday on Night of Champions. I guarantee you. And I'm going to shoot for Brock Lesnar to win. Again, none of this could be right. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke out of my rear end, making crap off, and maybe none of this could be right. Maybe Cody will win. We don't know, but I'm going to pick Brock Lesnar. Okay, let's talk about a potentially main event. And this is for the tournament final match for the inaugural World Heavyweight Championship match. Seth freaking Rollins versus AJ Styles. So. The past couple weeks, Monday Night Raw has been featuring installment backstage interview between Corey Graves and Seth freaking Rollins. And you can tell they're trying to push Seth Rollins to the moon with these interviews the past couple weeks. Could that mean that Rollins could get the title? Or could they pull a major swerve in the match and give it to AJ Styles? Bingo. AJ Styles. Something tells me AJ Styles is going to become the inaugural champion. Again, AJ Styles has been a champion in the past throughout many promotions like New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, or TNA. So AJ Styles is no stranger to world champions. But is he ready for the biggest title of all at Jeddah, Saudi Arabia? And I think he's ready. Long time, long deserving. Or will Seth freaking Rollins, can he win the inaugural champions? Again, he is no stranger to world champions as well. I will tell you this is going to be a hell of a match. Probably one of the best damn men's matches on the card. Both men are probably going to go to war. I guarantee you, this is for the big prize on the biggest showcase in the world. So you're going to have a hell of a match. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Who's going to come up victorious and win the inaugural world champion? I'm going to pick AJ Styles. Why? A veteran. He's been in the game for a long time. Numerous world champion. AJ's wrestled anywhere from the Tokyo Dome to the biggest shows at TNA. He done it. He had been there and done it. And AJ Styles, I think this is it. Is his time. I could see him as a champion. And I could see Seth Rollins as a champion as well, but I don't know. I have a feeling there's going to be some kind of swerve. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe Seth Rollins will win it. So, there's my pick, AJ Styles. There it is. My pick right here, circled, is by pen. I can't erase it. I can't do whiteout. This is it. These are my predictions. It's on audio. It's on video. There's no hiding around it. WWE Night of Champions. This is coming Saturday, May 27th on the Peacock Network, unless you're planning on going out to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. All right, so that's going for one part of the desert in the world. Let's hop on over to a different desert in the part of the world. I don't know. That was bad. Bad transition. Yes, so AEW Dynamite will be held live from, not Dynamite, Double or Nothing from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this coming Sunday, May the 28th. Okay, let's check it out. So we got a lot of matches in here. 8 matches total. Are you ready? Let's start from the bottom and work our way to the top. The unsanctioned match between Adam Cole, baby, versus the Ocho, Chris Jericho. And you have Sabu as a special guest enforcer referee. Well, folks, will Adam Cole get his revenge and redemption by defeating Chris Jericho this Sunday live on pay-per-view in Las Vegas, Nevada at the MGM Grand Arena? I'm sorry, T-Mobile. T-Mobile, I just said it. Or will Chris Jericho, will he nail the coffin in his feud and defeat Adam Cole? 1, 2, 3. Question is, will we have people involved? As in, will we get Jericho Appreciation Society involved in this match? Most likely. Will we have Roderick Strong get involved in this match with Adam Cole? Most likely. Will we get surprises for Adam Cole to even the score? I would like that. I would love to see Kyle O'Reilly make his return back. How wild is Tony Khan and Bobby Fish? You get the Undisputed Era reunited for the first time in a long time at Double or Nothing. That's a long haul. I would love that to see that happen. JAS versus the Undisputed Era. You can't name that, but the Undisputed. Get the crew back together. Get the band back together. Man, oh man. Who's going to walk out? Viewers? Listeners? Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match. I'm going to pick Adam Cole, baby. Why not? Give a sweet victory over Jericho. Time to shut him up. Time to put his ass down and get his sweet victory from the horrible beatdown he witnessed on his girlfriend Britt Baker in the ring a few weeks ago. It's time for Adam Cole to get his redemption. Defeat Chris Jericho. So that's going to be my pick. All right, let's talk about the 6-man tag match here. Stipulation here. If the Hardys win, because the Hardys are in this match, Matt Hardy will own Ethan Page's contract. So, Ethan Page and the Guns versus the Hardys. Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy, and Isaiah Cassidy was supposed to be part of the Hardys team. But sounded like Isaiah Cassidy got injured. So now they got the FTW champion Hook. He's going to join forces with the Hardy Boys. This match, I don't know. Maybe this is a good match for me to go to the bathroom or make a sandwich. I don't know. The winner. I'm gonna go for the Hardys. You know, if they're gonna go out big, double or nothing, I guess that's the place to do it. So I'm gonna go for the Hardys for the hell of it. That's my pick. No big reasoning behind it. Okay, this is gonna be a hell of a women's match here, folks. For the singles match for the AEW TBS champion, Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie. It's going to be a hell of a match. Now, last time both women met, which was on Dynamite a month ago, it was a hell of a match. And both women are fantastic. Jade Cargill, again, her physique is, man, oh man. Her physique is awesome. She's like a future female bodybuilder, and that's what I like about Jade Cargill. She's impressive. And Taya Valkyrie, man, she matches up with Jade. And remember the first time that both women met in the ring, they were this close in the match for Taya to win. And I enjoyed it. And I can't wait to watch both women wrestle. The question is, folks, will Taya Valkyrie, will she end Jade Cargill's streak and become the new AEW TBS champion? That's the next question. Man. But man, oh man, that'd be a huge shock if Taya defeats Jade Cargill. But, oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know what Tony Khan's going to pick. How he's going to book this match, but Taya defeating Jade, that's going to be wild. That's going to just, oh man, explode on the dirt sheet sites. But I don't know. If I pick Jade, man, this is going to be a big shock for Taya wins. But I'm going to go for Jade Cargill. I mean, who else? Who else out in the pro wrestling or in AEW could defeat Jade Cargill? Mercedes Moné is currently injured. And who knows when she will come back from her injuries at this moment. She'd be a great opponent for Jade if she made to, if she decided to show up at AEW. That'd be a hell of a challenge for Jade to, give her first loss. But I don't know. This is going to be tough. It's going to be a hell of a match. Hell of a women's match. But I'm going to pick Jade Cargill for the just... I don't see her record streak breaking in double or nothing, but I could be wrong. Okay, let's move on next. Anarchy in the Arena match. The Blackpool Combat Club, which is Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, versus the Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, and Hangman Adam Page. Question is, which faction will walk away Las Vegas victoriously? Again, Moxley said this past Wednesday on Dynamite, Young Bucks, you better sign every autograph. You better love your family, because you will never be the same. And I can't imagine what's going to happen in this match. Everything but the kitchen sink. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if the kitchen sink shows up in this damn match. Anarchy in the arena match. It's going to be wild. I know it's going to be wild. Stupid crap. I know it. Again, you have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys? Yeah, 4 guys in both factions. There are going to be bodies everywhere. They're going to be appearing backstage. I'm pretty sure they're going to be appearing in the concourse hall, in the concession stands. There are going to be another 2 people fighting in the crowd, and there's going to be another pair probably in the parking lot. It's going to be chaos. Question is, who's going to win? I don't know. This one, I don't know, but I'm going to pick the Elite. Again, the reasoning behind it, it's tough to say. I don't have a strong reasoning. That's why I can't really explain in this part, because maybe the Elite will win, and it could lead to something else. I hope this feud between the Elite and Blackpool Combat Club ends. I hope it ends, but who knows? Maybe it will lead to Forbidden Door. We'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, I think the Elite could beat the Blackpool Combat Club. The Blackpool. All right, so let's move on next to the next women's match here. This is for the AEW World's Women's Championship match. The current championship is Jamie Hayter, the current champion, versus Toni Storm. So I've been hearing talks behind the scenes that Jamie Hayter is currently or potentially hurt, which could change everything. I see, my personal opinion, I see Toni Storm as a potential future women's champion. And I agree. I could see Toni Storm as the AEW World's Women's Champion if Jamie Hayter is actually hurt. This is the place, this is the spot for her to drop the title. What a bigger moment for Toni Storm to defeat Jamie Hayter for the World Women's Champion. By the way, we haven't seen Jamie on TV for quite a bit, so there's a pretty good chance she is hurt, if the reports are true. So, I'm going risky here. I'm going to go wild here. I'm going to go for Toni Storm to become the new AEW World Women's Champion. That's going to be my pick. Again, none of this could be right. I could be jack shit wrong, and maybe Jamie Hayter will be the world's champion. We don't know. But I'm going to pick Toni Storm, man. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Okay. 4 matches down left on the card. What's next? The 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal for the AEW International Champion. Orange Cassidy versus Aaron Solo versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus QT Marshall versus Ricky Starks versus 16 other potential, or whoever will be part of the Battle Royal. Maybe we'll get surprises. Maybe we'll get Doink the Clown. I don't know. But we have other competitors part of the Battle Royal. I'm pretty sure we'll get surprises. Who will be? We don't know. We'll find out this Sunday on pay-per-view. Question is, will Orange Cassidy retain out of the 20 other guys? Again, nothing against Orange Cassidy, but I don't know, man. I know there's people who are big fans of Orange Cassidy. Am I crazy about him? Not really. Not really. Do I want to see him as a continue as the AEW International Champion? Not really. Not really. Do I want to see somebody else win the title? Yeah. I mean, Ricky Starks sounds like a damn excellent champion. I mean, he lost his title shot against MJF. Give him the international champion. Why not? But my luck, I think Tony Khan's going to keep the strap around Orange Cassidy. So it's hard to pick because you got 20 other guys. So this is a possible decision, but hell with that. I guess I'll pitch Orange Cassidy, even though I don't like the guy that much. All right, let's move on to the ladder match for the AEW TNT Championship match between the current champion Wardlow versus Christian Cage. Will Christian Cage get a victory and become the new TNT champion? Could it happen? Maybe. Or could Wardlow retain the title? Well, it seems like Wardlow's been dropping the damn title like his pants been dropped with no belt. I wouldn't be surprised if Wardlow dropped the title. And again, I'm not going to be shocked. And I don't know. The next question: will Luchasaurus get involved in this match? Maybe, potentially. Could it affect the outcome of this match? Maybe. But I don't know, man. I could see Christian as a champion, but I don't know. Something tells me Wardlow's going to retain. But maybe Christian Cage can win. I don't know. You guys tell me. I guess I'll pick Wardlow. Again, I mean, if Christian Cage does win, I'll be my second choice. But I'm going to write in my notes, I'm going to pick Wardlow to win the champion. All right, 2 matches left. Both of them are for the championship belts. Let's talk about the tag team. FTR, the current AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, with Mark Briscoe as a special guest referee. Question is, will Mark Briscoe call this match fair and square right down the middle? Or will FTR retain and defeat Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal fair and square? Or will Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal become the new champions? Will Mark Briscoe play a role in this match and pick sides? There's a lot of questions here. A lot of outcomes this could happen. Can you see Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal as a future champions? Yeah, I could see them as a future champions. Do you see FTR without the titles this soon? The way things are in AEW and how things are booked, I can see FTW dropping the titles. So, it's going to be an interesting one. And again, I'm trying to get the gears moving on my head here. I'm not sure how this outcome's going to be. Maybe we'll get a big surprise. Maybe we'll get Mark Briscoe swerving the crowd and joining forces with Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal and become a heel. I could see that happening, maybe. That could happen. Or maybe he will join the daylight side, the good side, FTR. Or will he call it fair and square and join nobody's side and call it straight clean? It's tough to say. This one's going to be tough to say. But if I had to pick it for future long-term booking here, maybe FTR could defend the titles at Forbidden Door. Maybe. I'm going to go with FTR. They might retain the tag team titles. It's going to be a tough one to say. All right, let's talk about the main event of Double or Nothing. The big prize, the big match. The 4-way pillars match for the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, the current champion MJF versus Sammy Guevara versus Darby Allin versus Jungle Boy Jack Perry. It's going to be a hell of a match. I'll tell you, it'll be a great match. This is going to be a match fans will be on their seat for, including myself. Like, I dropped my pen already. Dropped my pen already on the floor, because I know this is going to be a hell of a match. Okay? Question is, who's going to win? A fatal four-way pillar match. Who's going to win? I'm going to tell you right now. I already have an answer. I already have it. Long-term booking. MJF. Boom. Written down. MJF. Why, G? Why you pick MJF out of the four pillars? Well, he's a champion material. And I'm not saying Sammy, Darby, or Jungle Boy are future championship material. They will be. They will be at some point. Darby was the TNT champion. Okay. So did Sammy. Jungle Boy, I believe he was a tag team champion in the past. So they all had gold around their waist. But the big prize, are they ready for the big prize yet? I don't think so. MJF retains, okay, and carry into the month of June. AEW Collision, June 17th. At some point, we're going to need a fresh storyline. Yes, there is a big gap between Double or Nothing and Collision. But that'd be a good storyline to pick up a Collision for CM Punk and MJF. So remember at All Out of 2022, CM Punk mistakenly, did he won the title and then vacate the title? And the Elite won the Trios Champions and vacate the Trios Champion? And we've seen the return of MJF at All Out. This would be a good pickup spot at Collision June 17th for CM Punk and MJF have a title match, a build-up, leading up to All In, Wembley Stadium, maybe, or have a title match at All Out in Chicago. A lot of questions, a lot of variables. Maybe I could be wrong and we will give a big, massive swerve. A big, massive shock, and maybe one of the other pillars. Well, G, what's your secondary choice for a potential champion? I'd love to see Darby as the world champion. But do you see him as a poster boy, as a world champion? Chris Jericho champion, MJF champion, CM Punk champion. So do you see the pattern here? Do you see Darby Allin, world champion? Pattern. Do you see Jungle Boy fall in that category? Kenny Omega. Do you see these names in that group, part of that elite as world champion for AEW? Think about that. Same thing with Jungle Boy Jack Perry. Again, they're all championship material, but are they world championship material? That's a different question. And I see MJF retain the title. And I'm going to stick with that. I'm not changing it. I'm sticking. There's no 50-50. There's no eh. But if I had to pick a secondary, it's Darby. But MJF, I think he's going to retain. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe Tony Khan will swerve us. So there's my AEW Double or Nothing pick. Show my picked on YouTube on video. It's recorded on the podcast for record's sakes. So that's it. We're done. Night of Champions right here. If you're watching on YouTube, you see the physical paper circled. Double or Nothing predictions, both right here. Both will get your pictures taken. And we'll feature it on my Into the Square Circle podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Now, the spotlight is on you guys, the viewers, the listeners. Which show will you watch? Yeah, I know we got Impact Wrestling Under Siege this Friday. Yeah, I know we got NXT Battleground going down this Sunday. There's a lot of pro wrestling content, but I'm going to go for two of the big ones. Night of Champions and Double or Nothing. So which show will you watch? Or will you watch both? And what matches you're looking forward to and your guys' prediction. It's going to be an action-packed weekend. And the crazy part is my ass will not be here to watch both of them. I'll be out of town. So I got like 20 hours of two shows to watch in one day. Insane. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to watch both shows, critique them, and see if my predictions are right. So, there you go, folks. There's my official predictions, preview, and card. Let me know what you guys think, because you guys are the fans as well. Join the conversation. Into the Squared Circle podcast. Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, right here on YouTube, and Instagram. And as I mentioned, the podcast is available on all major podcasting outlets. So this was fun. I enjoyed doing these previews and predictions. Some of them, I'm right, like 98% right. Some of them are barely 30% right. But this is fun, right? Fantasy booking is a good time. Okay, this is it, folks. The Go Home podcast for both shows. I hope I lived up to this hype. And let's press on forward to the weekend. Here we go. Showtime, baby. So I will talk to you guys to the post Night of Champion and Double or Nothing video podcast edition. So until next time, my friends, as Ian Ricky Bonnie will say, happy wrestling. Don't be picky, be open-minded, and watch it all. It's great to be a pro wrestling fan. This is why I'm here, to spread all the love of all types of pro wrestling. So let's be a great fan, a good fan, and let's enjoy so much content while we have it. So until next time, my friends, have fun, be safe, and happy Memorial Day, folks. Remember, it's for the great state of the United States of America. So, until next time, my friends, bye-bye.